Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast that wouldn't die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool will give up a chance for a 30% discount.
Zardoz speaks to you, his chosen ones. The gun is good. Go forth and kill.
Welcome to the last episode of the podcast that wouldn't die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
What's up?
This week, we're discussing the science fiction freakout Zardoz, starring Sean Connery and Charlotte Rampling and other randos. So, you have that to look forward to. Each week on the podcast that wouldn't die, we discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. Aaron, what's the latest? What's going on with you?
I'm a little groggy because I just ate some cheese and some It's bars, which is a San Francisco treat.
What's an It's bar?
Have you ever had one?
I guess not.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's originated in San Francisco, but they're an ice cream sandwich. It's oatmeal cookie on top, oatmeal cookie on the bottom, dipped in chocolate. They come in other different flavored ice cream. The next time you're at the groceria, if the B-Town got it, then it's ubiquitous. How about that?
B-Town got it. Well, I have to check.
Yeah, we're not exactly cutting edge.
I do like a ice cream sandwich, which is like a cookie on the top and the bottom, and then ice cream in the middle. I do like that. I find I don't like it where it's like that, whatever that is, that chocolatey fake cookie that just gets shit all over your hands. Have you ever had those ice cream sandwiches?
Yes.
That are like rectangular.
That was like ice cream man. That kind of nonsense.
The good humor bar.
It doesn't even have a taste. It just melts away. Now, This is a cookie with a bite, and I only know of it because I feel like at my college, we had like New York Seltzer in the cafeteria, which the best goddamn root beer. I don't know if they still make it. I never see it. But it's clear, but it's spicy. I like a spicy root beer. And they always had It's bars. And I went to school with a bunch of Bay Area people. They're like, you had never heard of an It's bar? What?
Never heard of it.
Look for it at your local bodega. Actually, it wouldn't be the bodega in Irvine, at the H Mart, I guess.
Yeah, that is correct.
At the 100%. Korean grocery store now. There you go.
No, I always say that traditionally, if I'm reaching for a snack, I'm more of a savory guy than a sweet. But when
that's me.
When I want an ice cream, I'm going whole hog. I want real ice cream freak out. I want a bonanza of ice cream. That's how when I'm in that mood, no question.
I will say when I do want something sweet, then it's going to be ice cream. I never say, oh, I wish I had a slice of cake. I wish I had a bit of pie. No.
It depends.
Ice cream.
We've talked about this before.
I'm not talking about if cake and pie are available, then whatever.
Oh, that's fair.
But if you're sitting at home and you want something that's going to require you to go somewhere, it's going to be ice cream.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't disagree. I just always say the problem with cake generally is that the cake that's readily available usually sucks. Right? If we're honest. To get a good cake, you're going to spend a fortune on it. Because usually it's like the icing. Like if you go to Walmart or something and get like cupcakes or something, you might as well just kill yourself. Right.
9 times out of 10, if someone brings cake to work, it's going to be crap. It's not worth the calories. It's not worth the time.
Or the money. It's not worth. You might as well just eat like Drano or something, and you'd be
Oh my
happier for
God.
it.
Dude, I will, unless I'm starving, I have totally been the person who took a bite and then just kind of pushed it to the side. Why waste
Right.
your time on crap?
Well, I
And
mean,
most cake
honestly,
is crap now.
100%. Even if you go to the store and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make it myself. I'm gonna get my Duncan Hines. The
Okay,
cake may be okay, but the frosting is always gonna suck, and that's just if you're not making the frosting like from literally from scratch, it's crap. Go ahead, Aaron.
if you really want a good chocolate frosting, and I will tell you, maybe the best chocolate frosting in the whole world,
Lay
and
it
the
on me.
the only one worthwhile, you got to get the Hershey unsweetened cocoa, and there's a cake recipe and a frosting recipe. Oh, sweet
Legit.
baby. It's literally it's the Hershey unsweetened chocolate. It is butter. It is sugar and a teaspoon of salt. That's it, whipped together. It is
Dynamite.
fucking amazing. It's real buttercream, not whatever weird lard they're using at the bakeries.
100%. But that's what's so crazy. It's like if you got a recipe online for just like some kind of frosting or something, if you made it from scratch, it would be dynamite. It would be dynamite. But the fact that if you get a tub of this shit from your grocery store, it sucks. It always sucks, no matter what the flavor on it is.
It sucks. And quite frankly, the cake mixes, I mean, it's only like one step less than making it at home.
Correct.
You know what I mean? What's
100%.
in the mix? There's flour, there's cocoa, and a leavening. You still got to come up with oil, eggs, all the liquids. So are you saving time? No, and it doesn't taste as good. But if you have to, better to get the cake mix and make the frosting by
100%.
yourself. Buttercream
100%.
is easy as fucking pie, or cream cheese frosting is even easier.
I remember during the pandemic,
I'm
Becky
not even
whipped up.
hungry. Why are we on
I
this
don't
too?
know
Have
why
you
we're
not
talking
been
about
fed?
this. Becky whipped up this frosting for some reason. I don't remember. She had like a big tub of it in the fridge, and I was freaking putting it on everything. I did not give a good goddamn. Cereal. I'm putting a scoop of the frosting in the cereal. It was so delicious. It was
The
delicious.
previous mentioned Hershey's homemade frosting, if you refrigerate it, it basically becomes fudge. Just saying.
Delicious.
You can just sit there and go, every bite is a tablespoon of butter. Every bite.
That's why it's good.
That's why it's good, brother.
100%. Anywho, Aaron, let's reel it back in. Give us your 30-second synopsis of Zardoz.
I was talking to our cousin the other day, and I said, "Hey, I got to record. I can't go out with you on Tuesday. We're recording." And she's like, "Oh, what are you recording?" I'm like, "I have no idea. I literally watched this movie and erased it from my memory." I was like, I sat there, and then after she left, I sat there. I'm like, I'm not going to look at the book. What is the movie I just watched 2 days
Right.
ago? And it was gone. I was like, I have no idea. No
Do you
fucking
know? But
idea.
do you know now what we're doing? Just
Yes, I opened my book and I was like, shit. Yep, now I remember.
100%. Lay it on me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even know if this is Earth, but in some world, there's like one group of people who put themselves in a godlike state and are controlling the people outside of their sphere with a fear of God and basically turning them into slaves to provide for them. And one of them, Sean Connery's, jumps into the giant floating heads with the gods travel on and busts this whole thing open wide. And I will tell you, let me just give you 2 cents. it started off like a Barbarella vibe, and then quickly just drove into a wall. At first, I was like, "Oh shit, this is tripping," and then it was like,
This movie, I'm amazed you were able to do as well as you were in the synopsis, because it is a freaking it's crazy. It is nonsensical. I literally texted you afterward. I'm like, this is some nonsensical bullshit, because it is
I thought this
literally
is your favorite movie.
never seen it before. Boom.
What kind of monster suggested this?
No one, actually. This was one of those movies that I've heard people talk about, and uh, like I'd heard tell, but I knew it was so bizarre that I had to experience it for myself. But I have to say, oftentimes it was more boring than truly ridiculous. What are your thoughts?
Exactly. I think the first 10 minutes, the visuals were super cool. And the weird religious stuff. I wrote some of this shit down. The floating rock heads. The penis is evil. It shoots the seed.
Yes, my children were walking by at that moment. And I put my head in my hands, and I'm like, "Oh Jesus, this is 10
I
minutes
need
into
that
the
on
movie."
a shirt.
Jesus.
I need that on a shirt. I could have worn that to the Women's March or something. It shoots the seed. The seed. I mean, that was all very amusing and everything. And then even Sean Connery couldn't save this dog.
No, this was a
This
fallow
dog
period.
should have gone to the pound and been euthanized.
Not all dogs go to heaven. I'll tell you what. Let me stop you right there. No, this is a follow period of Sean Connery. This was after he had said, "I'm no longer going to do James Bond at all.
I'm only going to do Zardoz.
Zardoz." What's that? What you call it? Zardoz?
It doesn't matter. The whole thing that it's supposed to be the Wizard of Oz, that doesn't make sense. It would be the Zard of Oz.
They talked about. Well, what's funny is that's supposed to be a grand reveal that the name of their god Zardoz.
And when they did that, I went,
It's like, who gives a shit? It
bullshit.
Right. I guess it's supposed to be a clue, because the floating head Zardoz is their god, and they took the name Zardoz from Wizard of Oz, where it was kind of a false, god hiding behind a giant face.
Pull back the curtain.
Pull back the curtain.
And that's what Sean Connery does. So, I mean, really? So you made this plan knowing that even in the novel that you based it on, it all falls apart? That's the best you could do? And you made sure to keep copies of the book? I mean, so many questions.
Well, and the other funny thing about it is it wasn't like that was the reveal in the last few minutes of the movie.
No.
It was like a half hour into the movie. They're like, "Oh, by the way, Zardoz is from the Wizard of Oz." How about that? Good stuff.
And that's what made Sean angry, and he killed his god. But don't get me wrong, I kind of wouldn't be mad if someone gave me a shirt with the Zardoz head, because the Zardoz flying head, it looks so weirdly Japanese. Did you get like a whole Japanese horror vibe off of it? Oh, Eddie, brother.
Well, you suggest it's like House, where it's like weird floating heads going by it. Okay.
And yes.
And yes.
I love the floating heads. That was the best part of it. I want a shirt with the floating heads to wear to the next horror trivia thing for Halloween.
100%.
Hell yeah. I can't just keep wearing my Suspiria one every time.
No, I knew that Zardoz was from Wizard of Oz, and I kind of knew the basics of what this plot was about, but it is really ridiculous. It is off the rails so quick. And you keep thinking this is going to be like a parody or a joke or it's tongue in cheek. But no, everyone plays it stone cold serious.
I mean, the whole idea is God is a human created thing. There is no God. Destroy this concept you have of God and be free.
Is that what you
That's
think
the
the message
story.
is? That's the message?
Well, besides the penis is bad and it shoots the seed. Those
There,
are the two messages.
there is a funny scene in The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage where he kind of kicks in the
Every
door.
scene with Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
We need
Oh,
to revisit. It's
100%.
fun.
He kicks in the door and there's like a little like one room classroom, and there's all the students are female, and the teacher's going through her lessons, and what for some reason one of the answers, and they all had to say it in unison, was phallic symbol, as Nicolas Cage is looking on horrified. So if you haven't seen The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage, check that one out. It's a little
Or
more
if
fun.
you haven't seen the Charlie Sheen documentary on Netflix, Mr. Cage is referenced often.
Is it worth watching?
Oh, hell, only if you like a train wreck, which we all do.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Why
I
don't
mean,
we go
spoiler
ahead?
alert, he's 7 years sober, so it's about that time for him to go off the rails again.
Was he very self-aware and like apologetic, or is it just more Tiger Blood shit?
It was not Tiger Blood, but he talked about that. Emilio and Martin refused to participate, so you just have older brother and various people that he worked with. Heidi Fleiss came on and called him a little pussy bitch.
Took a turn.
It is, but he goes through these. They had his drug dealer on, showing the condo that Charlie built, because every time Charlie would call, it would cost like $15,000. And Charlie would call every day for weeks and weeks and weeks.
That is crazy.
You don't often see the drug dealers being interviewed.
You're not. He retired early. He's like,
Dude. He's on the celebrity circuit talking about this shit. No, I mean, Charlie, self-aware, maybe not. Is he working a program? Probably not. He says he's been sober 7 years, but he's doing this documentary, which makes me think things might be unwinding again.
oh, sweet Jesus. Anyway,
Worth it? Yes.
it's on Netflix. Where is it?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Bring the family, eat some popcorn. As long as you don't mind stories of crack cocaine and derailment over and over and over.
Mind it. I encourage it. Anyway, why don't we jump right into the highlights of Zardoz? Aaron, what you got?
Well, I think clearly the best part of the floating heads, then the penis is evil.
It's only one floating head, by the way. You keep saying. Go ahead.
Is there only one
Yes.
god? I
There's
thought
only
they
one.
all there was like all these scouts that flew around in the heads.
No, what happens is, oh God, we have to talk about this. So there are the Brutals, who are kind of normal people running around wearing like rags, essentially, and then they're
Killing everyone.
No, they're just the regular people are called the Brutals. The people hunting them, which Sean Connery is one, wearing like a red Speedo, giant like thigh high go-go boots, and a weird red bandolier. They're like oh God damn it. They have a special title for their job. And their job is literally just to go around and kill all the Brutals, because the Brutals reproduce. They're like rabbits. They're constantly having sex. So these people that Sean Connery's one of, with the big mustache and the weird old ponytail, their job is to go out and kill them, because that's what Zardoz, the god, has asked them to do. And
correct. I think the reveal is the gods don't age, nor do they reproduce. In fact, they've lost the ability. So they need to keep the population in check. So after a while, things changed. And then they had to start rounding up the Brutals and put them to work as slaves, work in the fields.
Right. Basically, there were these people, these scientists, back when humanity was coming to an end, because this is post-apocalyptic. They learned how to basically never die. Essentially, they're the immortals
Yeah.
because if they die, the I don't even remember what it was called, the Matrix or whatever, basically, brings them back to life. They're reborn forever. No matter what they do, they will be reborn. And
And
over
the gods, these god-like
the
characters,
immortals,
the immortals are punished for all kinds of things, bad thoughts, whatever, and the punishment is losing age.
well, they get older. They
That's
get
what I mean.
they
They lose years
correct.
until until they're almost dead, but then they have to come back.
Well, because that's the thing. Um, because you can't really die. If
You
you
have a
get
bad aura, that's enough.
you get
There's a lot of
basically
bad auras.
correct because you can't really die. If you get old, now you're just spending eternity as an old withered person, and they call you the renegades or the old senile people. The old senile people who
I don't want to be called the renegades. I want to be called the old senile people.
100%. They're the old senile people who run around and just laugh, and they're wearing suits like it's the Roaring Twenties for some bizarre reason.
Yeah.
Then there's the apathetics, who are also immortals, who just don't give a shit, who've total lost
They're,
all
they're
joy
like
of
the
life.
people on fentanyl that you see on the news that are just like in a stupor.
Right. Because it doesn't matter. Nothing matters when you're immortal at this stage.
Well, until you lick the sweat off Sean Connery's balls, then you get a bolt of lightning.
There was Sean Connery was one of these guys hunting people. And what's funny is the movie starts off with this kind of disembodied head kind of telling everybody the history of this world. And now I read somewhere the producers added that because people are like, no one's going to know what the hell is going on here. This plot is so nonsensical. We have to add this bizarre floating head to explain it. We could have done a crawl, but why do a crawl when you can have a crazy head talking?
And I say the head is the best part of the whole thing. It is so strange and bizarre. I was like, oh my God, is this like, what is it, Fantastic Planet or something? Am I just tripping out and I didn't realize it?
Well,
that was the best part.
Sean Connery wakes up at the beginning of the movie inside the floating head. And I'm sitting there going, did I miss something? Because it's like him just kind of getting up from this pile of gravel or wheat or whatever the hell it is and just kind of looking around. He's like, what's going on? I'm looking around. And I'm like, how did he get here? Who is this person? No explanation. No explanation.
At first, it seems like he just got there and then shoots some dude. And then it's like revealed he's been floating around with this for weeks, months, years. How long has he been reading every book in the library before he came to The Wizard of Oz?
That's
after they taught him to read.
That was like earlier before the movie began when he was off doing his shit, basically. He stumbled upon the library. You're right. For some reason, he taught himself to read the books because
I thought the library's in the head.
No, the library's not in the head. Library's on the barren landscape of the craziness with the Brutals running around.
All right.
But he was enticed into the library by Friend, who was one of the immortals. And he's like waving a book at him and shit. And that's how he discovers about Zardoz as the Wizard of Oz. This is all shit you discover later in the movie if you haven't fallen asleep by then.
So he kills him because he's angry about the reveal. Is that what it is?
Unclear. The narrating floating head is in the head, in the giant stone head of Zardoz. And Sean Connery sees him, shoots him with his gun because these guys get guns from Zardoz's head to kill all the Brutals.
Right.
Just talking about it is making my head hurt. He shoots that dude. He's like, you didn't have to do that. I would have told you everything. And then he just kind of floats away. Woo!
Right, because he's immortal. But then they say he's dead. But then he shows up later.
I think when you die, you are now like a little fetus in an old bag, and then you slowly grow. It took some time for him to come
When
back
you
to
mean
life.
an old bag, you mean an actual bag, or do you mean it's growing in an old woman? You sexist son of a bitch.
I'm going to bring that back. Calling, calling, calling an elderly woman an old bag. I think we should bring
How
that back.
dare you, sir?
Anyway, no, and then so later in the movie, it's revealed that Friend and I guess the Zardoz head were working. Is that right? Or is it just Friend? I don't goddamn remember.
Fran is the pilot, right? He's the pilot of the head. And he's like some revolutionary.
He basically, they want Sean Connery because it's later revealed that Sean Connery was like a mutant of some sort. Not really explained.
Because he knows how to read or he has magic sweat.
Well, something like that, right? It's his magic sweat. He is there to basically figure out a way so that the immortals can finally die. That is why he's there. But he's Sean Connery, and I think it's also supposed to be like he's like Mr. Virile and shit. I think we're supposed to think with his hairy chest and his mustache, and all the other dudes are kind of.
But his
like,
penis is bad. I wrote down: is Sean Connery's penis evil, or does he not have one anymore?
Well, there are definitely people keep coming.
He's a bit of a raper, though.
A bit. He's totally down with the rape. He is down with the rape. He had flashbacks because the immortals can also kind of read your mind and do some shit. They can like make you like feel sad and oh my head hurts. You're looking at me. He remembers a time when they were just galloping down the beach like Planet of the Apes or some shit, shooting the Brutals, and one woman they throw a net over, and he proceeds to rape her in the surf, which I'm sure she wasn't happy about.
There's a lot of chafing there too. So there's some raping for the gods. Correct. I'm doing this for Zardoz.
For Zardoz. Zardoz wants me to do
the
this.
Name every time I say it. Zardoz. Zardon. And then I wrote down 2293. What does that mean?
That's the date.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
So the future, this hasn't happened yet.
Allegedly.
I wrote down that the gods get in trouble because they're accused of transmitting a bad aura. Is that just like bringing bummer vibes? Is 100%. That a capital crime?
You're
guilty of bumming the party.
Somebody in a different sector said something mildly kind of critical about, I don't know if it was the wheat production or some shit. And so his punishment is he lost 6 months of his life.
I thought it was 6 years.
No, it wasn't even.
It doesn't. Who cares? In the end, it doesn't really matter. Now, I've pretty much gone through all my notes at this point, but we didn't discuss the apathetic that picks the ball of sweat off Sean Connery's nose. Not his balls. That would have been funny.
That was something else.
And like sucks it. And then she gets a tingle in her special places.
Well, so earlier in the movie, when Friend is giving Sean Connery, his name is Zed, by the way. He's given Zed the tour, and they said, here are the apathetics, and all these people standing there like zombies. And he's like, so I can just do whatever I want? And Friend's like, yeah, whatever you want. He proceeds to immediately go to a chick, grab her boob, and then pick her up and throw her on the hay. It was like, I'm going to get down to biz. And then he gets kind of upset because she's so apathetic. She doesn't care that he's about to rape her.
She's not fighting him for the rape. So Correct. He's lost interest.
Not interested
in
that.
That's nice. And now, kids, this is not a public service. If you just go limpy with the raper, there's no guarantee like Zed that he's just going to be like, well, screw this. I'm going to go off and find a fighter.
I'm going to go find a fighter. That's what I'm looking for. But when later he kind of flips over a table, the apathetics kind of look at him and go, ooh, what's going on here? And then...
so masculine.
Correct. There was definitely that vibe with people like the Immortals would come and go, ooh, and kind of get up right up on Sean Connery and kind of like rub his hairy chest and be like, ooh, what's going on here? This is you have
And
body
did
hair.
you not get the vibe that all the men were gay?
I think, yes. I think this is the future where there is no such thing as kind of being heterosexual anymore. You're just kind of down for whatevs. Girls are rubbing on the girls, the guys are rubbing on the guys, girls and guys rubbing each other. They're just down for
There
whatevs.
is no like the hyper masculine dude. Not that gay guys can't be hyper masculine, but this is 1974, so it's how you think gay people would be portrayed in 1974.
I think that's what we're supposed to think, is that over the hundreds of years that the Immortals have been around, they've reached this point where they have like no sex drive at all. And for the
Right.
men, that's manifested in kind of this effeminate quality that they have. So that when Sean Connery comes in, big strapping Sean Connery, they're like, oh my god, ooh, clutch the pearls. What's this?
Why couldn't they just capture some brutalists or whatever and bring them over for fun?
Who the hell? Who knows?
You know,
Unclear.
I mean, if just seen, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I just saw Sean Connery, I would have special feelings myself. I don't need to lick a sweat. For sure, he is Mr. Masculinity. It doesn't matter what rug you put on him. Sean Connery's pretty masculine.
He is. If you looked up masculine,
And if
in
you
the
don't
dictionary,
agree, he's going to give you a slap.
you better believe it. Don't you look at me cross-eyed,
Don't
lady.
you talk back to him.
So the Immortals, absolutely. He'll tell you in interviews. That's how he rolls.
EHI.
It's funny. So the Immortals are doing experiments on him. And one of the experiments is to see about him getting an erection. Essentially, they're like, how's this work? We need to do some experiments. Let's show some pictures on the video screen. And then it
Let's
cuts
show a little
to,
ass play. Is that working for you, sir?
first, it
Give
was
me a break. Sean Connery watching that chick soap her tits up for 20 minutes. Oh, no reaction? Really, gentlemen? No reaction.
It's like Sean Connery is like looking at it, just kind of like, okay. And then it goes, that's not working. How about this? Two women like mud wrestling or something like that.
Yeah, men don't like that.
No, not into that either. But let's look at Charlotte Rampling. And look, she's an attractive lady.
She's a foxy gal.
But she is kind of that, Kate Moss kind of thing where they look like they weigh
Right.
90 pounds, do not have one single curve anywhere on their body. And you're telling me Sean Connery was looking at these images, which were doing something for me if I'm being honest, and then looks at Charlotte Rampling and just goes, ooh. And they're like, ooh, he's getting a reaction to you. Where are they looking at his
Look
dick?
at his boner while he stares at you. Isn't that fascinating?
I know.
No wonder she's running off screaming.
And we have stuff to say about this. This is funny. But it was a bizarre, like, culty thing where over the course of the movie, it seemed like eventually, like, all the chicks were kind of coming after Sean Connery. Like,
Right.
I'm loving your masculinity. And then it was also, hey, you need to, like, I think somebody literally says, well, I think we're, before you go, Sean Connery, or Zed, or whatever your character's name is, you have to make sure you impregnate all of us. That's like, Sean Connery's
And
like, okay.
Zed is Z. It's the last letter of the alphabet.
It
Is he
is.
the last man?
Unclear.
Is he I don't know. So what they're just gonna? Why are they impregnating everyone and then 5 minutes later killing everyone?
Unclear. I think there were different factions working through this. I think there were people who were like, hey, it's been 200 years. I'm DTF. Let's do this, Sean Connery. Right? But there are also people who were like,
how about it's been 15 minutes and Sean Connery shows up? Let's go.
100%. Now, there's also the thing that's revealed where Sean Connery is basically trying to like remove the barrier that surrounds this sector so that his homies with the masks and the guns can ride in and kill everybody. So that's kind of a
So
big
we're
reveal
still
later.
going with that plan of killing everybody, even though we realize that's like a fraud that has been perpetrated all this time.
Well, no. What happened when Sean Connery finds the jewel, which is revealed to
Yes.
also have the Matrix in it? It's like if we can get rid of the jewel or turn off the
Keanu
jewel,
Reeves in there too? I think he would have
maybe
been like a fetus.
if
He
we
would have been
can
a baby.
if we can get rid of that shit, the wall will come down, and then now people can be killed. So when the homies roll in there and just start gunning people down, people are like, "Oh, thank you. You're killing me. Thanks. I'm dying. Kill me next." There's a lot of that going on.
Wouldn't
So
you want like a couple of minutes to just live your life a little bit? It
not
was going to be a
interested.
different life. Clearly not interested.
Not interested.
Very bizarre.
Well, and the other bizarre thing is this. It's like you think that the whole time the romance is going to be with Charlotte Rampling, but it seems like that's tacked on in the last 10 minutes. They're like, "Oh, we're together now."
Yeah.
I know you were spending all that time with that other chick. Not interested. I'm going off with Charlotte Rampling, and
Charlotte was trying to kill him off the whole time.
She was. She absolutely was. And then
And then all of a sudden,
I guess we're
get
good.
on it.
Let's get on. Well, and that was so bizarre. They kind of go off together, and then there's this montage of Sean Connery and Charlotte Rampling sitting together, and then like smash cut. Now they're a little bit older, and now she's pregnant. Smash cut. Now they're a little bit older, and now there's a little baby. Now there's a teenager, and each time they're getting older and crazier. His hair gets all longer, his beard gets all longer. Go ahead.
The weirdest part is that she is aging faster than him.
Yes. Yes.
When clearly he's much older than her. But all of a sudden, he looks the same, but with like a little silver in his hair, and she's like a dried apple head.
Think about this movie.
Which makes no damn sense.
Is how old do you think Charlotte Rampling was in this movie? Because you told me she was 21, I believe you.
I wasn't gonna see. It's hard to tell. People looked older in the 70s, so I was gonna say like 28 or something.
I mean, and she may well be. I'm not gonna bother to look
I
it up.
thought you had when you're like
No.
the reveal is she was 57 years old in this movie.
The crazy thing
He's
is
Sean Connery's mother.
the crazy thing is Sean Connery, like he aged like like milk. Because honestly, he went when he was James Bond, he was like in his 20s, right? So when he stopped doing it, I think his last movie he was like 41. So he's like 42 or 43 in this movie, and if you told me he was 60, I'd believe it. Honestly, he was.
But it
withered as a
doesn't
grape.
matter because he
Correct.
was in that fucking Indiana Jones with Catherine Zeta-Jones, which I thought for sure they were going to be effing any minute. I'm like, he's 90 and she is 22 years old. I'm like, this cannot be a fucking couple still. But he was still attractive. He was still fucking Sean Connery.
Catherine Zeta-Jones was not in an Indiana Jones movie. You're having some kind of a fugue state. But I understand what you're saying. They were in that movie, Entrapment. They were in Entrapment.
That's the one. I can totally see him in his Last Crusade outfit, and then I see her squatting down. But the reality is she does marry like 20
Michael
decades.
Douglas, right?
Yes.
Who was also
Who then went on and told everybody he got throat cancer from performing oral sex on his wife.
That's why you don't do that. You just don't do it. Thank you, Michael Douglas, for having the courage to say it.
Can you imagine still being married? Your husband's telling everybody that you almost died because your wife has a poison clam or something. What is that? Clam's Casino. It's a gamble.
Why would he do that? It's so
Why would he
bizarre.
fucking do it? It's so insulting, and they're still fucking married.
They are. They separated. They separated. They might have gotten back together, but they had some. After that, they had a few rough years, I think.
I bet they did. Yeah, maybe they're not together. I just assumed they were together, although at this point, isn't she really more of a care provider? She just works to pay for the 24-hour nursing staff.
100%. It's a sad situation.
Bless her.
Anyway, anything else about Zardoz?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I had a beautiful point that I was going to talk about, but really, I completely forgot what I was talking about. It'll come to me
at a random moment
from now. At a random moment. And I was like, oh, I have a really good point. Gone.
It's gone.
Gone.
Got to be with Jesus. Why don't we go behind the scenes then?
Let's do that.
I said this earlier. The opening sequence is an introduction added by Sir John Boorman, the director, at the request of 20th Century Fox executives to help the audience understand the movie.
Was he knighted for this movie?
He did. John Boorman did like a ton of like legitimate shit, and he also did this. He also did Zardoz, which is so bizarre. According to writer, producer, and director John Boorman, Sean Connery had a very hard time finding work after Diamonds Are Forever in 1971, and Boorman was allegedly able to hire him for $200,000.
Still, that's a good bit of money for 1974. That's another beach house.
That's not bad.
No.
A real baboon on the set attacked a double dressed in an ape suit who was portraying a baboon.
Don't trust monkeys, motherfucker. Don't trust monkeys. They're going to eat your lips and your fingertips.
It's true.
Did you see the chimp crazy lady got arrested again for being out on bail for having yet another smuggled chimp? This is why it's mental.
Don't
Continue.
mess with that shit. To keep costs down, Sean Connery used his own car and drove himself during production. Then John Boorman gave him half the money that he had been budgeted to hire a car and driver. The idea was Connery's, allegedly. So he's like, just give me some money. I need some money.
Give me more money.
John Boorman used Irish travelers, which are like the local kind of...
Like gypsies.
Like gypsies. As extras. He said they were the best extras he'd ever had, extremely pleasant and reliable. He cast them because he thought they looked like people who'd actually lived an outdoor life. So these were the Brutals.
All right.
So
right on.
Reportedly...
There used to be like a TV show about that.
Really?
My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, and then there was one about the Travelers, too.
I hesitate to use the word gypsy because my understanding is it's kind of a derogatory term, but you can hit it as many times as you want, I guess.
But I will tell you, that's what is the name of the show. And they had agreed to be on it.
Fair enough.
So these were folks living in the U.S.
Reportedly, Charlotte Rampling looked forward to her sex scene with Sir Sean Connery, then was disappointed when it was over and done with so quickly. Wah, wah.
Womp, womp. Did you think it was actual sex, or are you just pulling back the curtain again?
She was hoping.
She was disappointed it wasn't full penetration? Or
she wanted full penetrative sex. 100%. Director John Boorman would later admit that he was under heavy drug influence while writing the film.
I bet he was.
And during production. He also claims that he's not even sure what parts of the film are about, mainly due to the haze of the drugs he was on, and feels that several scenes are pointless. I tend to agree. Thank you, John Boorman.
Several. Like I said, the floating head drifted around. That's the best part of the whole movie. It's so bizarre and surreal. Yeah. Director high on drugs in the 70s. That's unusual.
The atmosphere away from filming, fueled by copious narcotics, was so hedonistic that the village of Gary Kennedy, where filming took place, was granted temporary access to a mobile STI clinic. The census, which took place in 1975, also revealed the population of the village grew by 15%.
It was one hell of a party while production was rolling.
You can see that. If you watch this movie, you're just like, oh, yes. Clearly, there's some shit going down.
Dude, Everybody's living in town. Everyone's going to the pub after filming. Oh, for sure.
Uh, so the movie identifies five groups of people in the movie. There's the Brutals, which are just kind of the regular kind of homeless people that are still roaming the earth. There's the
Right.
Eternals, who live forever. There's the Renegades, who are the Eternals who have gone senile. There's
Right.
the Apathetics, who are the Eternals who just have gotten into a stupor or something. And then the group that I could not remember, the Exterminators, of which
The
Sean Connery was
Exterminators.
one. And I guess
Right.
they're Brutals. They're Brutals who've been given a job, is what I think
Right.
is what it is.
And they
Jesus.
understand the penis is evil. So you put it away. Put it
100%.
away.
100%.
Unless you're in, what is it, the town of Kilkenny in Ireland.
Ian Christie of the Daily Express said in his review, if this is intellectual thinking, then Donald Duck deserves the Nobel Prize. Let's talk about the cast and crew, shall we? We talked about him. Written, directed, produced by John Borman. You know him from such things as Hope and Glory in 1987,
No.
Excalibur in 1981.
I did like Excalibur.
The General in 1998,
Unfamiliar.
and Deliverance in 1972.
No, not that Deliverance.
Yes, that Deliverance.
Oh, this is a
100%.
wide range of
It's all over the map, isn't it? What's interesting
yes.
is because of his experience on Deliverance, Burt Reynolds was considered for the Sean Connery role. How about that?
They're both quite hairy.
They are.
I saw the centerfold of Burt Reynolds. It's all like smooth. It's like if you had a fur coat. Yeah.
Yes, that's just how it is. Sean Connery played Zed. You know him from such things as Dr. No in 1962.
Yeah.
He was in The Rock in 1996. He was in The Untouchables in 1987, won an Academy Award for
He's
that.
of course because he's a fucking scene stealer.
He's
Not
true
here though. I'm like, this is like the one production he could not save. Usually he's in a film, the whole film is shit, but his stuff is amazing.
Not this one.
Yeah. Untouchables, shitty movie. Sean Connery's amazing.
Untouchable's not a shitty movie. You lost me there.
Oh my god.
I'm outraged by you.
What's the matter with you? Kevin Costner's the worst. He's the worst.
And Sean Connery was in The Name of the Rose. Oh, I have to tell you.
Oh my god, I love The Name of the Rose.
It's one of your favorites.
It is.
So
I'm gonna recommend it for book club. 800 pages. Umberto Eco.
When Sean Connery died a few years back, they were interviewing Andy Garcia, who's in The Untouchables.
Yeah.
And they were having trouble shooting a scene. Andy was struggling with a line, or, should I walk while I'm doing this? So I do this. Sean Connery was in his golf attire, ready to roll. And he basically pulled Andy Garcia aside and said, hey, this isn't Shakespeare, you know.
Bless him.
Sean Connery.
Some people, they don't have to go dark. Some actors don't have to go dark. They don't need to dredge up childhood trauma. They just flip a fucking switch and just fucking act.
100%. 100%. The best part of that story is Andy Garcia doing his Sean Connery impression. It's the best of both worlds.
Lovely. I do love Andy Garcia, though.
Love Andy Garcia. Charlotte Rampling played Consuela. Why would she be called Consuela? It's so bizarre. Anyway, Consuela. Charlotte Rampling, you might know her from 45 Years in 2015. No? She
Never
was
heard of
in Swimming Pool in
No.
2003.
Now you're making stuff up.
No.
Can you find something that I may have actually seen?
How about Melancholia in 2011?
No, but that is a great name.
Dune Part 2 in 2024. How about that?
I didn't see part two because part one blew.
Well, she's in Part 1 as well. How about that?
Then I saw
Yes, you
that.
did.
But I mean, she's done other stuff. Why else would I know her? I feel like you're holding out.
I've just
I
given the
need
top
to.
4.
I need to double check
I am
this.
digging through here right now. Just she's in The Verdict. How about that? She was in
I
The
did see
Verdict.
that.
She was in Orca in 77.
Ah,
Yep.
Orca.
Orca.
Speaking of Orca, did you see those killer whales are sinking ships in Australia?
This is how it starts. 100%.
That's how it starts, and she is 78 years old.
More recently, we saw her in Angel Heart. How about that?
Yeah, I love Angel Heart. There we go.
And that's it for Zardoz.
Oh, and she's in Georgie Girl. She had a long career.
Georgie Girl.
I mean, she ain't dead yet.
No,
Stardust Memories. So she's in a couple of Woody Allen films too.
Let's look at the rating, shall we? Zardoz on Rotten Tomatoes currently has 49% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. You know what the audience gave it?
38.
58.
Oh no.
Wah,
That makes
wah.
no sense. That makes no sense.
Let's look at the top critic, shall we? Pauline Kael from The New Yorker says, the film is a mass of inoperative whimsies and conceits. They're imperative even on the dumbest sci-fi level because Borman isn't enough of a writer to make them work together. Boom. Taking shots. We also have Roger Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times saying,
Roger reviewed this? It
Absolutely.
seems like a little too lowbrow for Roger.
Roger reviews every goddamn thing.
Did he review Orca?
Maybe. Roger Ebert says, Borman puts a lot of heavy concepts into Zardoz, but seems uncertain whether he takes them seriously himself. 2.5 out of 4. Boom. I don't know what that means. Let's look at our in-house movie critic, AI Rex Reed.
Let's go.
What does he have to say about this? Zardoz is a sci-fi acid trip where Sean Connery parades around in a red diaper while a flying stone head bellows nonsense, proving that sometimes the future looks exactly like a bad Renaissance fair on mescaline.
I kind of like that.
Okay, AI Rex Reed. Thank you very much. Aaron, what is your rating for Zardoz?
In regards to would it make a good t-shirt, I think that's a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
If it was just a t-shirt. In regards to it as a movie, it is a 2 out of 5. It is who gives a SH. It's not interesting enough. Honestly, it wants to be trippy, but it forgot what trip it was taken. It was a Jet 2 holiday was the trip that was taken. That's what it was.
Fair enough. No, I mean, there are a couple moments that I chuckled at briefly. This is a 1.5 for me. I don't think I ever need to see this again. It was mostly boring and, like I said, nonsensical rather than funny and nonsensical. So, 1.5. Thumbs down. Way down.
I am going to be searching for a t-shirt of the floating head or a movie poster with the floating head. That's all you need to see. You don't need to see anything else. And here's an aside. For your birthday, there is this kind of junk place near me that has been advertising the laser tag poster, but they wanted too much money. I said, no. So you almost got a giant laser tag movie poster for your birthday.
There was a laser tag movie?
Isn't that what we recorded? Was it laser tag? What was that one?
Oh, are you talking about, not laser tag. Are you talking about Laser Blast?
Yes.
Laser Blast.
That's gotta be it.
Laser tag was a game when I was a kid. You could like you looked in the Sears
Oh, that was
catalog.
the thing. Yeah.
Yes,
It had
100%.
like a suits of armor. You had to lit it up. So it was the movie. So I went over there with a friend of mine and I tried to negotiate. I said, I'm not spending that much money because my brother's going to hang it in his garage. He'll be like, oh, and then he's going to see that it's giant. And then it's going to go in the garage, never to be seen from again. The dude
100%.
would not negotiate. I was like, I'm gonna have to reframe it. I did all my tricks of the trade. I'm gonna have to reframe it. I'm gonna have to do this. And he's like, I'd rather just keep it. I'm like, well, then that's what you'll do.
Then keep it you shall. Because you're
You've
right.
been advertising it for a year and nobody else even knows what the F it is.
Well, it's when you do a joke gift, you don't want to spend much money on it.
No.
If you're laying real bread for the person to have like a 1 second reaction, they go, "Oh, okay, well that's something. Let's put that in the garage." You don't want to spend real bread on that.
Spent some real bread for a baby gift, only to discover that by the time they got around to, because they got so much stuff putting it on, that it didn't fit the kid anymore,
Right.
so they gave it away. And I had spent a significantly stupid amount of money on it, and I was like, never again.
You live, you learn, right?
You live, you learn.
Anything else about Zardoz, Aaron?
It's over, and we never have to think about it again.
And we never have to think about it again. So, thank you very much. Go to our pages across the internet landscape. We're on Instagram, TikTok, we're on Threads, we're on Blue Sky. You can also watch us on YouTube. Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. You can also email us, the podcast that wouldn't die at Gmail. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review, won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
I'm just going to put it out there. I'm on some media, and that media is called Instagram, and it is Join the Cult of Aaron.
Boom, boom.
And on a side note,
please,
people recently have rediscovered my Instagram, Don't Feed the Pigeon. So I'm sharing that at work again.
As you should.
Now I got to go find that stupid pigeon mask because I don't know where I put it. It's apparently next to my Russian camera that I also can't find. In my den, if you're on YouTube, my den of
iniquity.
Crazy crap. My den of iniquity, yes.
Now, as we like to do, we like to share our friends and families' thoughts and feelings about our movies, about just the movie business in general. Aaron, what's the latest? What's the word on the street?
In regards to Marathon Man, Captain Tripp says, the question was, the dentist scene in Marathon Man does... Oh, shit, you can't expand it when you just take a screenshot of it. So basically, Captain Tripp says the scenes with the drill in the teeth is terrifying, and there is nothing more terrifying than old Larry Olivier going deep, going elbow deep. And I think the perfect double feature is this and Boys from Brazil. Both involve Nazis, but we flip-flop. He goes from being a Nazi to being a Nazi hunter. So there you go.
Laurence Olivier, that's range, baby. Yeah. That's range.
That's range, baby. William Ream commented on the Stepfathers that he loves them and owns all of them.
All of them?
That's what the man says.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Fair enough.
And then there's various women who want me to join their telegraph, which I'm not going to do.
What is a telegraph? What does that mean?
Telegraph is yet another way of messaging people. I had to use Telegraph when I was in Japan. That's what everybody used instead of WhatsApp.
Oh, gotcha.
It's yet another way of getting you off the main platform so you can just start sending prostitutes money.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
That makes it easy. Next week, we're doing a movie that I'm shocked we have not done thus far. We are doing the immortal classic Sleepaway Camp, starring people. I think James Earl Jones's father plays a small role in this, if that counts for anything. So check that out.
Father?
Yes.
Father? I feel like James Earl Jones was always old. So how could he even have had a father? Was his father born in the 1800s?
It's possible. It's possible, but that's neither here nor there.
All right.
I have a special relationship with Sleepaway Camp because I remember as a child seeing the box on the shelf of like the warehouse or Blockbuster or whatever the case may be. And other than that, I'd never heard anything about them. I did not know they existed. And then on the old show I used to do, the B Movie Club, somebody said, "Hey, have you done Sleepaway Camp?" And I'm like, I don't know what this is. Is this a real movie? But I've seen it since then, and I feel it's right up there with the pantheon of these type of 80s slashers. So,
I'm excited because I'm not sure I've seen it.
and we'll talk about it in nauseating detail next time. How do you watch it? This is an important question.
That is important.
I will tell you, I watch it because I own it, so I don't
Oh,
have to do anything
Lord.
else. How about them apples?
Owning movies is a scam, Kevin.
That's what you keep telling me. If you want to watch it and you don't already own it, it's available on Prime Video with a subscription. It's on Fubo, it's on Peacock, it's on Roku, it's on Canopy, it's on something called SX and Philo and Pluto TV, and I need my
SX
glasses.
sounds like it might be Vivid Videos, some kind of mainstream.
Well, that's a second reason to subscribe. So check that out and send in your favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So thank you very much and be well.
Be well, children.